So, I mean, just after what you had said, one thing that my therapist consistently reminds me is, you know, on the airplanes, they tell you to put on your mask before you put on the child's. And that also applies to mental health. You know, if we are not okay, then how can we possibly make our kids okay? So I think that's a very valid point, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I also am so happy to see kids here. I know there was a question on Facebook if kids should come. And my response was, well, it's up to your family. You know, you know your kids, if they can handle it or not. I asked my Sophia not to come. She's had a couple of good days, and I think this would have been really rough on her tonight, so I asked her to stay at home. So that's where Nate and Sophia are at home tonight. So I do appreciate you kids, you know, being here and speaking. You have a voice, make sure it's heard. Just because you're, you know, 18 or younger doesn't mean that you can't have a voice, because this is your life. To wrap things up, again, thank you to everyone who's here tonight in person and who's here in spirit. Our plan from here is I would like to get our professionals together. And if you're not one of the panelists and you're somewhere out there, email's the best way for me. I get too many text messages and Facebook messengers, and I can't organize them like I can with emails. So the Love Dahlia website is a good way to go through there, or my email for Love Dahlia is lovedahliaciders@gmail.com. It's pretty easy. I also, my personal email is, again, pretty easy. It's cidersangel@yahoo. So if you would like to be involved with further discussion, send me an email. And my goal is, before the end of the school year, to meet with our professionals and kind of see where there's gaps, you know, and so that we can get together then as a community in June, after the school year ends, because we all know May's just, there's no time in May, and the school year's just too busy. So in June, let's get together as a community again, now that we're looking at things, being aware of it, listening, all of that maybe we'll have some new ideas when we come back together, so that we can get a game plan before the school year starts in August. This is not the last conversation. I'm not gonna let it be. I can be really stubborn and determined, and as my husband would say. So this isn't the last time you're gonna hear from me. And if I have to drag you all back here, I will. I have a dog training certification, so I know how to use leashes and such. So.
Also, I meant to say this before, but I'm scattered right now. You guys probably wrote some really good stuff on those papers that we might not have all shared as a group. If you wouldn't mind leaving them on the table, that's something that we would also like to collect and talk with our professionals about. And also, resources out on the table still. Also, Love Dahlia cards have all of our contact information if you need to get in touch with us.
Thank you. Okay, so yes.
Just
Hi.
real quick, like if we were to get together again or something, how do we know that? Like, is there like a Facebook group we could all?
Yeah, so,
Love Dahlia.
yeah, so Love Dahlia has a Facebook page
Okay.
and an Instagram,
Okay.
and we also have our website. So I'm fortunate enough that my niece has a graphic design degree, and she likes me, so she's been doing all that kind of great work. She's awesome. So she takes all this stuff and gets it on there for us. So we'll start with that. And, you know, we'll also let our professionals know. So, like, you know, you guys can spread the word and just like it spread crazy in just a few days. We will make sure that it gets out to all of you again. I just can't believe this is just, you guys are awesome. Thank you for coming here. So we do have the video recording. And we'll do some edits, so it'll be a day or two before we can get it posted. But it will be posted on Facebook. I think it's probably too big for Instagram. I'm not tech savvy. And then definitely the Love Dahlia website. We'll share it with our professionals if they want to distribute it as well. And also a reminder, if anything you said you would like that to be edited out, please get with Heather before you leave today so we can make sure that those personal conversations are removed before it gets put out on the web, okay? And let's stay connected. I think that everybody probably met somebody new today at their table. maybe make an effort to reach out to that person in the next month or two and just be like, hey, remember me? We sat and cried together. Like, how's it going? Because that might be helpful. I do like to joke that my new superpower is making strangers cry. I'm really good at it. So I would like to end tonight with a poem that really, really resonated with me. So give me a second here. Okay, so it's called A Practice of Gentleness by Mary Ann Byrne. May we practice being gentle with ourselves and with others. Gentleness does not mean weakness. It is a quiet strength that chooses care over urgency, listening over fixing, presence over performance. In being gentle with ourselves, we allow grief its uneven rhythms. Forgive the days when courage feels out of reach, and rest without needing to earn it. It is to speak inwardly with the same patience we reserve for those we love most, recognizing that survival alone has required an astonishing amount of effort. To be gentle with others is to remember that everyone is carrying something, that sharp words often guard tender places, that silence can be a form of exhaustion, not indifference. Gentleness asks us to soften our judgments, to make room for compassion before jumping to foregone conclusions or assumptions. And perhaps gentleness is most radical when it expands outward, when it becomes shared atmosphere rather than private virtue, when we choose kinder conversations and hands that extend outward. In practicing gentleness, we create spaces where pain does not have to hide. May we practice often. May we learn that gentleness is not something we reach once we are whole, but something that helps make wholeness possible at all. Thank you for coming tonight. I hope that I keep seeing you, and I want to keep talking.